Hey, my name is Erik Viking, and this story is about how I started a brand new job at Dick's Hamburgers in downtown Spokane, Washington. The year was 2007. It was hot. It was August. And I had joked with my friends, in the years prior, growing up as kids, hey, do you think the people there are crazy that work at Dick's? Do you think they're crazy? Do you think it's that gross back there? Do you think there's dead animals like under the countertop? So we were like laughing and we're like, yeah, probably. But 2007 rolled around. I'm in college. I don't need a job. I'm working at the college as well. So I'm a student and I'm working there, and I don't really need a job, but I had spare time on my hands. So I decided it would be funny to follow through and actually apply to work at Dick's Hamburgers as a joke. So then I could maybe report to my friends what's actually going on behind the scenes. And they were like, yeah, you're not going to do it. No, I did. I went down there and I applied. It was one sheet of paper with about 6 questions on it. That's it. Just one piece of paper. I grabbed a pencil, filled in, answered 6 questions, and I handed it to the manager, thinking nothing of it. She looks at it and she goes, sounds good. You're hired. See you tomorrow morning at 9. And I'm like, what? Like, I knew I was applying for the job, but I did not think that they would just give it to me right there on the spot. I thought that I was gonna get kicked out. I was trying to act really weird so they wouldn't hire me. I don't know. I was just joking around. But the joke turned into reality and they actually hired me. And I was like, I have to work at Dick's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mind blown. So I told my friends, I was like, it's going to be funny, right? And they were like, and I was like, what do you mean? We joked about this all the time. And they were kind of just like, weird. And I was like, okay, I'm going to work. So I'm going to tell you some stories about what it's like back there, behind the scenes at Dick's Hamburgers. Yes, it's grimy. Yes, there's like a 2-inch thick glob of bacon grease that you have to slide across to get from like the fryer to the front counter. Yes, there was like a portion of a dead bird with feathers still on it in the break room, like in the corner, like halfway in a crack and halfway out of a crack. No one ever swept. Nobody ever mopped. I never saw one person mop. There was milkshakes on the floor. There's rats, huge rats, milkshakes, grease, chicken, buckets of fried fish laying on the ground. It was as unsanitary as you could possibly imagine it. It was kind of like bringing like the Dick's back alleyway, behind Dick's. It's like bringing that. It's like that area snuck into the restaurant. You know what I mean? So it was bad. I worked as a cashier, so I slid across the bacon fat and the dead animals to get to the front. And my first day, they were like screaming at me, like, get to work. I was just still thinking it was a joke. And I was just like, no, I'm here to report the funny stuff. Like, I just want to like walk around and like look at stuff and like talk to my coworkers and see if they're like really weird or something. And they were like, no, get to work. Blah, blah, blah. And I had to actually get to work. It was really, really hard work. I swear, hardest job I've ever had. Constantly working over and over and over and over again. Short breaks, constant work, constant lines going all the way around the building. Work. And I'm just like, what did I get myself into? This new job sucks. I'm working my butt off. But I can tell you about one of my coworkers that brightened my time there. I was just like, hey, psst, like, who's that over there? And they're like, oh, that's, Jim. I forgot his name. and he was getting escorted into the back room to the fries for his shift, because I realized that he's actually a convict, current convict. Like, he was staying in Geiger, at the Geiger corrections facility. And part of his work release program, to get him out of jail sooner, he works at Dick's. He would work 4-hour shifts, and he would work the fries for 4 hours, from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Escorted, in handcuffs, unhandcuffed, and they would work the fries. And then when he would leave for his shift, they would re-handcuff him, put him in the squad car, and take him back to jail. So while he was uncuffed, I was like, hey man, how's it going? My name's Erik. I wanted to know all about this guy because he might have some crazy stories to tell. And he was like, hey man, I got an obsession. And I was like, what's that? What do you got? And he's like, I like to put my butt on things. I was like, you like to put, yeah? So what's that mean? He's like, I mark my territory around here. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, I just put my butt on that spatula over there. And I was like, bare butt? And he was like, yep, bare butt. So he would tell me about these stories about how he would he'd pull his pants down and stick his bare butt on things at Dick's Hamburgers to mark his territory. He put his butt on the fries. He put his butt on the hot grease that you cook the fries in. He put his butt on the countertop. He put his butt on the bread. He put his butt probably on the dead animals that were in the back room. He put his butt everywhere. And that's what he was obsessed with, and that's what I could not believe it. And he was doing it during my shift. He was doing it, and it would be like, psst, I hit that. And I'm like, I would just laugh so hard I couldn't believe it. So yes, it was grimy. Yes, it was disgusting. Yes, everybody there that worked there was weird and insane. He was a convict. It was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And I remember working the front counter, and one of my friends came up, and he was like, dude, why are you working here? And I was like, it's a joke. Don't you get it? Like, laugh. It's funny, right? Look around. I told him, I was like, look behind me. This is, isn't it funny? And he goes, not really. And I go, no, not funny. I thought, and he goes, do you need some money, man? You need some money? And he offered me money. This was one of my friends that I thought we joked around about it with. He offered me money, and I was like, I guess it's not funny anymore. And everyone felt sorry for me. All my friends felt sorry for me that I was working there. They thought I really needed the job, but I really just wanted to see all the funny stuff that was going on there. So once it became not funny to work at Dick's Hamburgers, I quit. I just quit the next day. It's not funny anymore. So I quit and went back to college, or I continued college, and that's my story. I thought it was pretty funny.